Hello everyone, today's topic is line plots. The students that requested this said that these questions, their wording was hard, so I'm going to show you guys how to do that. First we have a line plot that has the title candy bars. So these numbers over here are the number of candy bars that the students have, and the X's represent the number of students. So let's answer the first question, and it's the easiest question. How many students have at least 5 candy bars? So at least means including 5. So here we can see that 4 students have 5, and 2 students have 6, and 1 student has 7, and 2 students have 8. So 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 that's 7, plus 2 that's 9. So here we would write 9 students. It's very important to include the unit, which in this case is students. Next question. So the question is, what is the most amount of candy bars that the students have? Now this wording is tricky because you could say that the most amount of candy bars, which would be 8, or the most amount of students, which would be 5. Here it's saying the most amount of candy bars. So we're going to go with 8 because 8, you can see it says here number of candy bars, and 8 is the most that they can have. So we're writing 8 candy bars. So the third question is kind of the opposite of the second question. How many candy bars do most of the students have? So this is saying, this is talking about the students. So where do we see the most amount of X's? Where do we see the most amount of students? That's in 5. In 5, we have 4 X's, and in the rest, there's not more than 4. So our answer would be 5. So 5 candy bars. Now the last question is the most tricky because it's very easy to get it wrong when you don't understand the wording. And the wording is tricky, so we're going to go over that. What fraction, that is important, what fraction of the students have less than 2 candy bars? So this is like a 2-part question. We have to find the denominator and the numerator. So the numerator is the top, the denominator is the bottom. So we have to find that out. What fraction of the students have less than 2 candy bars? Less than 2 is not including 2. At least 2 is including, but because it is less than 2, it is not including 2. So we can cross 2 out, and all of these don't count. We need to find the numerator. So the numerator would be 2 because there are 2 X's under 2. So the numerator would be 2. And so the 2 represents students. And now we have to find the denominator. So we know that the denominator if we're doing like a bar graph, would be the total amount of pieces. Now it's the total amount of X's. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 2 over 15. So this would be students that apply. And that would be total students. So by students that apply, I'm saying the students that answer yes to the question. So the students that have less than 2 in this scenario. And that's it. You have solved all your questions for your line plot. And if you have any questions for me, don't forget to comment or DM, whatever you need. Thank you. I hope you learned something.